Yeah, man. Thanks. You could just throw them down.
Yeah,
like cattle.
Oh, my God. I'm going to throw up.
Oh, that clip never gets old,
It's
does
maybe
it?
the best singular piece of audio this show has ever produced.
Never gets old. If you didn't hear yesterday...
We weren't on air. We weren't on air there, okay? Because that's Jim. I blame Jim for that. Not us.
They were spying on you. Just what they were doing.
Just running on everything.
They were spying.
We're in a break.
If you didn't hear yesterday, there have been some people let go at NBC Sports Boston. Yes, if you're watching our simulcast, the very station you are watching right now, among those who were let go yesterday, Gary Tangway, who we will get to.
Yep.
Tangway. Abby Chin, Joe Haggerty, Danielle Trotta yesterday, Asherrod Blakely as well. Those are probably the 5 names that you know the most and recognize. There are also a number of other staffers that we know, that I know and Hardy knows from having been working there for years. So it's not just the people that you know, it's other people that we know as well that lost their jobs yesterday. Close to 20 people lost their jobs. And it's awful. I mean, there's nothing else I could possibly say other than it's awful. I feel awful for the people that were let go, that have, uncertain futures in many cases. And it's a sign, I think, more so of the sports media industry than it is anything to do with COVID. That's my thought. I know there are people there that feel the same way.
I think people use the COVID as I don't want to say an excuse or a cover, but sure, we've been thinking about it, but this really put us over the edge, and I'm not saying that's what they did there, but hey, obviously Gary, to me, Gary's like a brother. I've done so many shows with Gary, whether here or elsewhere, high school football games. I didn't tweet anything about it because I know there's a lot of people tweeting, oh, they should have fired this guy or that guy, or, sad for Gary. Like, yeah, then you hammered Gary, a year ago, but then now all of a sudden you feel bad for Gary. And I'm not going to put it out there on Twitter.
By the way, I would just say this.
And Gary's like, thank you for not doing that.
For something you just brought up, though.
I gave it a day and I called Gary today.
I think people assume that it's everyone's on equal footing and they just decide based on who we like and who we don't like. That's not how it went. That's not how it goes.
Contract expires.
It's all contractual.
We're not renewing you.
Who don't we have to pay because their contract's up?
Correct.
I mean, that's how it works.
Right.
It's not an indictment of any of those people that were let go yesterday.
No.
Their level of work or
people
performance.
take it that way, though. That's the problem.
That's how people interpret it.
Yes.
Right.
How can this guy go, but this guy stays?
Right. Don't do that. Please don't do that to those people that lost their jobs yesterday.
Right.
It is not an indictment of who they are or how they worked there or how good they were or how bad you think they were. That's not what it's about.
Right.
It's about dollars and it's about contracts and it's about things that are being decided at a much higher pay grade than I think anybody even in Boston. I don't think it was probably a local thing. It's happened in other markets. So it's a rather corporate decision that's being made.
Sucks.
It's terrible.
And all those people you mentioned, I mean, they're common. You're used to seeing them on those shows. You guys have done more shows with them, obviously, than I have. But when you turn your tube on, 6:30, nighttime, those are the people on.
And you have heard over the years all the times that before Nesson finally does have some local programming now, but all the times that I ripped Nesson over the years for doing nothing but putting on the Bruins and Red Sox games.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe everybody's going to go that way.
It seems like it's going to be all sports. We just want to put game. We just want to do games.
I hate that. I don't like that.
Simulcast. Felger Mass simulcast. People like the simulcast.
I just wanted to say that part, though. It's not an indictment of anyone there for the job performance that they did. In fact, I'd say it's entirely unrelated. The other part is this. Gary Tangway is obviously close to all of us on this show.
Yeah.
And he's been at this TV station for 20 years. And we have all worked with him in very close capacities. Zoe, you worked with him every day for what was that? How long did they let him last? 5 months? How long was it? How long was it here, Zoe? How long did Tangway and Zolak last?
7, 8 months.
7, 8 months.
Yep.
I kid, Gary. We all talked. Well, Zoe and I talked to him yesterday.
Yeah. I talked to him today. I gave it a day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You gave him some space? I gave him 30 seconds.
I'm sure it was lighten up. Yeah. He was
maybe a full minute I gave him before I called him.
He's already mama.
Beetle broke him the news. Beetle broke the news to him.
He's like, I'm walking the dog, okay? At least it wasn't fouling. That's good. Yeah.
I would just say there's no more of a decent human being than Gary Tangway.
He's helped
in
everybody.
this business.
Yeah.
He has helped. He is a selfless individual when it comes to helping others.
Bert being a Sudbury guy, he's helped Bert from day one. You know? shoot. Alan Miller, longtime producer around here, TV-wise. Met Gary, I think, at a Daisy Buchanan's where I met my wife. It's like where everybody went, and you end up getting opportunities like that. And Gary's taking care of everybody in the business. He's friends with everybody. Name one person.
Well, boy, I can name one, but I'm not going to do it.
No, but Gary is the prime example of, I think, everything that I have come across and everyone that I've worked with at NBC Sports. We still call it Comcast because old habits die hard. But like all the on-air people and all the producers and the technical people and like everyone who works over there, it's just a really, really good group. So Gary, we're all friends with Gary. And, I text with him, personally. You talk to him, whatever. Okay. But Daniel Trotta is just great to work with. Great person. A. Sherrod, it's just there are so many people there that, were caught up in this. And not one of them deserve it. Not one. There isn't a bad person over there that I've worked with, or not one person that I don't enjoy working with over there. And you can't say that about an entire group. Hell, it's hard to say that about, just people on one show. Yeah. But there's not one person on that list yesterday I looked at and say, well, it sucks for them, but I don't get it. I don't get it on any of them. And to Beatle's point, I don't know what the reasoning is, but I think it has a lot to do with the overall state of things, and it's not just a case of what's happening right now in this current climate. It's more of an overall climate, and it sucks that all these people, good people, were victimized by this. Sucks.
And it doesn't. To prove the point about, is it above the pay grade, to more of a national thing where you're getting the big corporate companies saying, hey, you guys need to make these wax. I mean, we're just restarting sports here, where Celtics are going to be a playoff team. Bruins are obviously a playoff team. And you're getting rid of your sideline reporter. Or your guy that covers the beat for both hockey and basketball.
It sounds like
that
all
doesn't
those
make
people
sense from a local perspective.
Are staying on until the end of the year.
That's good.
Yeah. The end of the season.
So they'll give you great content. Don't leave them. That doesn't mean they're gone now.
Right.
Let's continue to hang with them.
No, I single out Gary because he's close to all of us here on this show.
We always have fun with Gary.
I'm gonna miss doing TV shows with Gary in the near future. Maybe it happens again down the road somewhere. Who knows?
How's his smell been?
Who knows what the future holds?
Gary's
but
really gassy.
I'm incredibly thankful for all the things Gary Tangway has done for me, and it sucks.
If Gary wants to,
feeling.
But I think with all these people, if they want to continue working, they will continue working.
I think so. I hope so. But I think that gets more and more uncertain as time goes on.
It's not. I mean, right now, especially on this day, I couldn't imagine trying to go get a job right now. But 6 months, whenever this term runs out on the change that they're making and the people who aren't going to be there anymore, hopefully it'll be better by then. If not, it might be a year. But everyone on that list yesterday, everyone that I saw named, I'm like, there's no reason for that person not to be working in exactly the job that they're working in right now or something close to it, because they're all good. And that goes for the producers too.
Yeah.
That
people
do a
put us
phenomenal
on.
job.
Right. Hey, Jim, can you play that him